He finally did it. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. QQQ, NASDAQ market up 1.6%. NASDAQ is bullish. That is the current move right now for the overall market. The thing that I quickly want to talk about is the news that's going on with MicroStrategy. Surprisingly, MicroStrategy is actually break even as of right now, right? It sold off a lot during the pre-market session. It was up like 4 or 5%. It hit highs of 108 during the overnight hours. And from 108, it retraced all the way down to lows of 104. And then once the news got announced, the news is that MicroStrategy sold 3,500 Bitcoins worth about $225 million. The really crazy thing about this is that, remember, MicroStrategy bought a ton of Bitcoin at the highs of $100,000, $120,000 per Bitcoin, and now decided to sell at $60,000. Why? Because they need to raise capital, because they understand that their main concern is their dividend obligation, and they need to pay that. But obviously, if Bitcoin continues to sell off, which is the only thing that makes sense, right? The only reason Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy would need to ensure and go against their thesis of only buying Bitcoin, never sell it, is that if there is uncertainty of new lows, right? It would make no sense to take a 50% loss on Bitcoin that you bought a few months ago to now sell when, again, you expect Bitcoin to recover. It just wouldn't make sense. So I'm sure their outlook is now bearish. Bitcoin dropped based off of the news, but there's not enough fear, right? This isn't kind of new news, at least not right now, right? Because when MSTR originally sold the 32 Bitcoins, that's when it really began to initially instill fear in the whole system. But as of right now, MicroStrategy is actually not doing too bad, right? It's kind of relatively break even. It might be down 1%. It's still uncertain, but nothing crazy. I think it's because NASDAQ is performing so well that it gives MicroStrategy the ability to remain elevated. I would say that as soon as NASDAQ, if it does begin to sell off, then that is where MicroStrategy should be concerned, because again, I mean, it would only make sense that MicroStrategy itself and Michael Saylor expect possible lower lows for Bitcoin, and that is the only reason that they would go ahead and sell their Bitcoin now, just to ensure that they can meet their dividend obligation, right? So again, a focus has been MicroStrategy, but I'm not super eager to short it because of how the NASDAQ is currently trading. When NASDAQ market is bullish, we have to respect the sentiment and the current direction. And it is bullish, so it really doesn't make much sense to short everything. With that being said, there are some really nice overbought reversals that we pointed out in today's live trading session with our LPP team. Again, friendly reminder, if you ever want to watch us trade live as soon as tomorrow, the second link in the description down below, you can tune on in as soon as tomorrow. PLTR, a really nice push up, right? Let's go down the list. AMD with a beautiful gap up, 10% on the day. Beautiful, right? INTC had a nice push up. CoreWeave had a beautiful push up. Vice versa, right? SanDisk, Micron, they all just are trading sideways. Nike, we talked about this, right? Nike gapped up, had a little relief rally last week after reporting earnings. But remember what we talked about. Nike has been more bearish than bullish. And if you look at it on the larger time frame, you know what I'm talking about. Are we surprised? Isn't it so cool to be able to talk about these things before they happen? Not predicting, but preparing, just based off of looking at previous patterns. Because Nike has been so bearish, although it did gap up, there wasn't much hope that that sentiment and momentum was going to continue. And it looks like, again, its luck is beginning to fade again. Big gap down 3.5%. At one point, it was down over 5%. So just again, please be in the lookout. Rivian, a big mover today, 6.6%, but I would be careful shorting this right now because direction has been favorable for the past few days. It's not just an intraday catalyst. You also had Trump today making numerous hints on what investors should be buying. Oh, the market's thriving. Oh, everyone should go out and buy Dell. There was just a lot of excitement and positive optimism being injected into the market. And that's why I believe that NASDAQ is doing very well today. Sentiment is strong. There really isn't much uncertainty being injected into the market, and that's the biggest thing. We haven't received many bad updates from the Middle East. There isn't any major economic reports that have been released recently. We saw the ISM report being released today, although it did come out lower than expected. It wasn't very significant. But again, Just paying attention to NASDAQ on the 4-hour time frame. This is the biggest thing. Markets have been consolidating from solid support at 700 and a common resistance right around 740 for QQQ. So it's important to understand overbought and oversold levels. Know when to be aggressive and know when to maybe be conservative, right? If we're closer to a resistance range, then maybe it doesn't make much sense to be very aggressive at overbought levels going long, right? If it's very oversold, maybe it doesn't make sense to be over aggressive shorting the market when we're at a previous support range. And I think that is what is so important to acknowledge, is that you don't have to predict. All you have to do is prepare and respect previous patterns, as they do tend to repeat themselves, as we've seen lately for the past few weeks. So very exciting week. There's a lot of opportunity. And although today it might seem more favorable for the bulls, again, let markets push up, right? They kind of sold off on Thursday of last week back to that support range. They have a nice little relief rally. Let them push. And again, like we said, on the 4-hour time frame, as soon as we get close to the previous resistance range, we'll see if we begin to get rejected. And then that's where short sellers can begin to kind of like have their chance to make money, right? We're all here for the same reason. It's to make money. It's working with the market, not against it. So I had a lot of fun in today's live session. We waited for a specific setup and it presented itself with this overbought reversal on Micron from highs to lows. And we stayed patient and it paid off. So I'm very excited to do my part in keeping you guys up to date. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think is your top stock for this week as markets continue to, show signs of, I do want to say strength on Monday, but if you look at the overall market, we've kind of been just trading sideways. So again, it's a strong start to the week, but we're already getting halfway to that previous resistance range. So very excited to follow up. I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. Hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. I hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Monday.